Buenos dias! Anthony has a tandem trike? What? I thought he's always done foot launch. Hey everybody, this is part one of my trike video. I recently got the Fly Products XENIT with the Cosmos 300. This is a really new setup, and so in this first part, it's gonna be the build and the break-in, and in between these clips, we're also gonna answer some questions from you guys. If you're new to the channel and you have some questions and you wanna see part two, which is its very, very first flight, subscribe. Like the video if you like the video. Let's get right to it.
Oh my gosh, it looks big. Stop doing that.
Well, that's probably the hardware. This is actually really cool. The tank is 15 liters, which is 5 more liters than a Maverick, but not quite as big as the Defiance fuel tank. Couple hour flight time if you top it off. The legal limit on any Part 103 ultralight is 5 gallons, which is what the Defiant max out on. They do a really good job hacking this thing. I mean, seriously, it's like everything in here fits like a glove.
How easy is it to transport? Do I need a trailer or truck, or could it disassemble into a relatively small size to fit in an SUV?
What I plan on doing is flying it locally 99% of the time. So what I'm going to do is put it in my standard size pickup truck bed and then let the wheels hang off the tailgate, and then it will rest on the axle, and then I'll use a tow strap, maybe 1, maybe 2 around the front. So remember, maybe I haven't 3. Done, maybe 3, maybe 12.
Yeah.
We do have an enclosed trailer. Keep in mind, the width of this trike is exceptionally wide. It's about 6.5 feet, maybe a little bit more. If you're going to be traveling with your trike and you live in an area where it rains a lot, or you do a lot of fly-ins, then you would probably want to get yourself
invest in a trailer.
We'll be able to fit it in our trailer by taking off the tensioning cables that will allow the rear wheels to come in, and then once we get on site at our location, we can then once again open them up and retension the cables, maybe over the course of 10 minutes, I'd say. From Fly Products would love another super nice windsock, a fanny pack.
You love fanny packs.
And this super nice jacket.
Check you out. It's a nice jacket.
That is. I'd probably wear pants. And lastly, PGD shirt. I think we'll pick up on this tomorrow morning, and then we'll get the trike all assembled, and once that's all done, then we'll put the motor on it and start the run up. Really excited and semi-tired right now. So we'll leave this till tomorrow. Good morning. At this point, I just need to figure out the steps to follow to get this thing standing up on its 3 wheels. It looks like either way, the first step is to bring that rear axle out. I have to put the wheels on, but I'm sure it's pretty straightforward. The rear axle setup is going to kind of come down and out. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So now it says to lift up the trike. There's a pin that's holding this part from flipping back, so let's see if that does the trick. Got it. This whole piece folded down and connected to there.
Can you talk about the cost of the gear, training, and how much you plan on flying tandems?
The cost of this trike was around $15,000 as it is, with the upgrades that it has, being the cockpit panel.
The dual spark, dual start.
It's a dual spark, dual start Cosmos 300, which costs more. That's the upgraded engine. The Fly Products XENIT can range from $13,200 all the way up to $18,000 if you get it fully loaded with strobe lights, a reserve instrument, the upgraded engine, increased size fuel tank. I have the standard size fuel tank.
A cost per flight per year is a statistic I'd love to know.
That's a really good question. $1,400 a year or $48 a flight hour is what it would cost. So it is more expensive, but what you're afforded is the ability to fly with a passenger and do so much more. Not only that, but once you have a tandem trike, you're actually able to start charging. I think the going rate is between $100 to $150 for like a half-hour flight. Some people do shorter flights, but you can recuperate that money by doing that if that is what you intend to do. I'm going to connect this to this. Connect this cable to the trike. They have two parallel cables. This one that's at the most rear of the trike goes around this little notch, and then you can put these diagonal cables on that connect to the frame right here on this side and over there on the other side. It's a little bit tricky to fold. It kind of latches onto here and then you pivot it, which creates the tension. But I had to put some weight on the trike to be able to get it down. So you sit right there, and then the passenger puts their feet on the pegs, because this is where the brake is. The pilot sits in the back, reaches forward, has control right here. The passenger who sits in front puts their feet down there. That's the suspension system. The next thing it says to do is to connect the lower part of the hoop section to the frame on the trike. If we were going to go somewhere to like California, for example, then it's nice to know that these things can come off relatively easily with the way they designed it. It's pretty well understood, and I think that whenever you have a good design, it shouldn't be really complicated. I think a good design makes it pretty user-friendly. Came in through here, and this piece, just like that.
So exciting. Rules/regulations to follow to get your tandem exemption.
You have to receive an exemption from the FAA that gives you the right to fly with a passenger. Should you take a passenger with you, it needs to be one of two things. It can either be to introduce them to the world of paramotoring, giving them that what they call discovery flight, or it can be for instructional purposes.
Are ideal weather conditions about the same as foot launch? You probably want smoothish air to keep your passenger happy.
I would definitely be more selective with a trike, especially if I had a passenger. Having a slight headwind could be beneficial. My perfect environment for flying would be the complete absence of wind, because that takes away variables.
He was also asking about the LZ.
Oh right, if it requires a bigger LZ, and that's definitely the case. You're going to want at least a football field, if not more, of size to be able to safely take off with the trike, especially when you have a passenger.
I like this one. He says, do you offer any in-flight snacks or entertainment?
Absolutely. Absolutely. In-flight snacks range from beef jerky,
fruit leather,
and all other dehydrated products.
Are you gonna name the thing?
Leandra's going to name the trike.
If you have suggestions, I'd love to hear them. I gotta get to know it first. Yeah, she's a lady.
She's a lady. Bob McGovern says, is it a good choice for trike pilots who may not tandem, just as solo trike for bigger guys? If you are a bigger guy, this trike is super, super powerful and robust. It really feels like a bush trike with how big these tires are. Definitely.
James Tubbs asked, the new world record stands at 7,027 meters with the Cosmos 300. Maybe an attempt at the new record? Question.
What is that? Somebody convert that. 7,000 meters approximately? How many feet?
How many feet is 7,000 meters?
22,965? No. Congratulations to whoever did that. That's huge.
Wild.
We have this panel
Right here, what's on it is we've got the master switch. The engine start stops. Both of these would need to be in the up position. You got magneto 1 and 2, and then your start button. Future Anthony here. What you're seeing is Austin and I attempting to mount this engine, which is something that you guys would not have to do if you were to order this same exact trike, the Fly Product XENIT. Yeah. It would come equipped. What made this engine installation as challenging as it was is because, one, there's not really any information to go off of because this engine is so new. And secondly, because this engine has multiple spark plugs, unlike traditional paramotors that have a single spark, it required a ton of wiring, and that is my weakness. But for Austin, he was able to knock this out, although it took about 3 days. Austin, thank you so much. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Austin, I am your father. 2 more people to thank. Glider Sports, thank you so much for sending me this engine before it was even officially available. You guys rock. I could not have done any of this without Travis Burns, who not only taught me, but helped me get the trike from Fly Products over in Italy. You have been such an inspiration to me in this sport, and any of you who are watching this, or who are looking to get a trike, seriously, you guys will be in great hands if you learn how to fly a tandem paramotor with Travis over at One Up Adventures.
They do a nice job lining up the logo.
And then order a trike from him. He will make sure you are taken care of, as he did with me.
Love that.
Yes. Whoa! Mama, it's done! What does it look like?
You ready for the honors?
Yes, I am. It's massive.
So what you're gonna do is flip this master switch on, and then you're gonna push this start button.
It works.
It works!
Everything works.
It works! Yay!
Sonny did all the work.
So
I'd like to thank Austin for doing everything. Here it goes.
Do it.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you can see the very first flight of the XENIT Cosmos 300. If you'd like to have your questions answered in part 2 of this video, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. I love you. Try one of these other videos.